we don't see. Okay? So all of you understood how the rising and setting happens, right?
Yeah.
Why we see rising and setting at equator but not at the North Pole. So what will happen at Bangalore? Okay. Let's do a simple thing. North Pole, point to pole star.
North Pole.
At the North Pole, all of you point to the pole star. Okay. So North Pole, what is the latitude of North Pole? No, not the tilt. The latitude you have equator is at 0 degrees, right? Then North Pole is 90 degrees. You all know this, right? See, this is the equator, will be 0 degree. And latitude lines are increasing this way and increasing this way. So this is plus 90, this is called South Pole is minus 90. So the latitude of North Pole is 90 degrees. And where is pole star? With respect to the ground, what is this angle? This is my ground.
90 degrees.
90 degrees. So for North Pole, the pole star is at 90 degrees. And the latitude of the place is 90 degrees. Now let's come to equator. What is the latitude of equator? 0 degrees. And pole star is at
90
0 degrees. So 0 degree equator, 0 degree pole star. 90 degree North Pole, 90 degree pole star. What is the latitude of Bangalore? Anyone knows? Approximately 12 to 13 degrees. Okay? So where will the pole star for Bangalore be then?
What is 12 degrees?
You are all in Bangalore now. Show me where pole star will be. You showed me North Pole is here. And for equator it is here. 90 degrees, 90 degrees, 0 degrees, 0 degrees. Bangalore is 12 degrees. So where is pole star? All of you point. Okay, somewhere like this. So it will be around 12 or 13 degrees above the ground. Correct?
Yeah.
So for the North Pole, this is the pole star. And everything is going like this. For equator, this is the pole star. And all the stars are going like this. For Bangalore, approximately 12 degrees, the pole star is here. So if there is a star which is very close to pole star, you will see it all the time in the sky like this. For a star which is far away from pole star, you will see it rising and setting. So same way, if you go to say 45 degree latitude, lot of the stars near pole star will be rotating all the time. But the very far away stars will be rising and setting. So at the equator, there are no stars which are continuously rotating. You don't see that. But as you go to higher and higher latitudes, you will start seeing stars which are all the time in the sky rotating. So you want to see for Bangalore now?
Yeah.
So this is for Bangalore and this is the North Star. We are fast forwarding it. You see the time going very fast down, right? So you see the stars rising and setting. So if you
by the way, this is the exact same map of stars that you will see on this date. This is somewhere in the future, like 12th January 2014. So if you have the software and if you want to see the night sky and if you want to understand the names of the stars after you see the night sky at a particular day, you can just use this software. It is perfectly accurate.
And you can even use this to find the position of planets around. See, several times you read in the newspaper saying that this planet is in conjunction with this, it is coming close to moon, all these things, right? So how can you be sure that you are looking at the planet only? Just use this software, check for that particular date and time over here, just change the date and time, and you will be able to see where exactly the planet is. And the other good feature of this is, if you just go here and set the time to now, it will automatically keep forwarding slowly in real time. So if the time in your watch is say 10 o'clock now, after 1 hour this will also change to 11 o'clock accordingly. So this will show you the real time live sky. So now you have understood about this thing, right? So if you find the position of the pole star, you can find out which latitude you are. Because if you are at the equator, pole star is right down. If you are at North Pole, it is at 90 degrees. So pole star moves from equator to North Pole from 0 degree to 90 degree. If it has 45 degree, it means you are at 45 degree latitude. That is the reason it was used for navigation. When you are on the sea, you see where the pole star is, you find the height to the pole star, and then you will get to know, for example, say that the sailors are going in the ship, and they find that their pole star is around 45 degrees up. That will tell them that they are somewhere in the sea in this 45 degree latitude. So then they will know that if suppose they are in this area of the sea, they are somewhere here. If it is 90 degrees, they know they are close to the North Pole. So just by looking at pole star, they were able to navigate in that way. So So now what we are going to do next is, we have some kits with us which you can use for this navigation purposes. Okay? Imagine you don't have Stellarium software with you. See, for the sailors who are going in the sea, they did not have the software with them to find the pole star and navigate, right? So they would have used some other method. One method is to see which star is not moving, but that yes, they are not considered. Yes. So one way to find out which is the pole star is you keep looking at the sky and you see which star is not moving. But that will take a lot of time. Like here we just fast forwarded it. So we were able to see that it's not moving. But for a sailor who's sitting there, if he suddenly wants to know where I am now, he cannot say give me 1 hour and see which star is not moving. Okay? So they have other methods to find out the stars. One was, you know about constellations already, right? So they had 2 constellations which were very close to Polaris to identify it.
Yeah, it's on.
Yeah. Do you want to see this one bear over here? Ursa Major, big bear. On night of Pier, you would have heard of this, have you? The Big Dipper, Saptarishi Mandala. That is this constellation. You see, it's like a big spoon over here. Ignore the other stars. You see like a big spoon here. This is called the Saptarishi Mandala. Okay, and you see pole stars here, right? So this is one of the closest constellation to pole stars. And then you see one more over here, Cassiopeia. It's a capital M. You see a woman's figure over there, right? And you see a capital M shape. Now do you see? It looks like a M. So these were the 2 constellations which were used to identify pole star. So what they used to do was, you all have your kits with you, right? Open to the first one which says star clock. This one. Okay, in that you will be able to see the M and the Big Dipper. Can you all see that? There's pole star in the middle. On one side you have Cassiopeia, which is like a capital M or a capital W, and on the other side you have the Big Dipper, right? So each bench has got something like this now, right? You will all be getting it. So this is the star clock which has been made by us. So just like you have in your sheet, you have to cut out the circles and make it like this to use it. Okay, all of you listen to me now. First, okay, so now look at the sheet what you have or whatever demo piece you have in your hand. You see the pole star at the center and there are 2 constellations which are opposite to each other, right? Yeah. So they are almost 180 degrees opposite to each other? Yeah, 180. Like a straight line almost, right? So why is that special? What is happening when everything is rising and setting? Say if suppose Big Dipper is rising, then what will happen to Cassiopeia? If Cassiopeia is rising, then what happens to Big Dipper? Sets. So if you are at a lower latitude, higher latitude, you can maybe see it all the time. But if you are at a lower latitude, you will either be able to see Big Dipper or Cassiopeia. You cannot see both at the same time. So if you take the Big Dipper as the reference to find pole star, if it sets, what will you do? You need another reference, right? So in that case, you use Cassiopeia, because since they are exactly opposite, even if one is setting, the other will be rising. So one will be visible in the sky all the time. So, but how do you find pole star? Do you have that one dotted line drawn over here?
Yeah.
You see Big Dipper and there's a dash line drawn.
Yeah.
So you take that spoon and you just imagine drawing a straight line that will go to the pole star. If Big Dipper is visible in the sky. If the Big Dipper is not visible in the sky, you have Cassiopeia, right? It is like a capital M.
Yeah.
So you take the right side second triangle, the right side triangle. That is a triangle which looks a little odd. Not the nice triangle, the other triangle.
Smaller.
The smaller odd one. Okay? And then you know how to draw a median to a triangle?
Yeah.
So you imagine that you're drawing the median to the top star. That will also take you to pole star. So if Big Dipper is visible in the sky, you follow the dotted line. If Cassiopeia is visible in the sky, you just imagine extending a line like this. Okay? So using this image, you can identify the pole star. From Bangalore, pole star is clearly visible. Even though it is only 12 degrees, it is clearly visible to us. And then what you have to do is, this is called a star clock. You can use this to find the time at night once you have found pole star. Which month is it now? You see all the months written over here? Take December and hold it on top like this. December should always be on top. Okay? And now using this you have found the pole star, right? So what you have to do is, say suppose like in this case. Okay? So can you all see this? Pole star is here. There is a M over here, right? So now we are going to find out what is the time. This is actually for November, but we just do the January. Sorry, this is for January of 2014. So change this to January. Keep January on top like this. And now what you're supposed to do is, you can rotate this inside week like this. Okay? Make sure the January is always on top. Okay? And now rotate this so that you see pole star here and Cassiopeia is little bit to the left on top, right? Rotate this so that you get the same design, even on the same pattern. You should get pole star in the middle and Cassiopeia a little bit to the left on top. So rotate it and try to match it to the board. You can ask your volunteers to help you out with this.
There is a pattern of
But make sure that the month is always on top. Don't change that. Always keep January on I will understand it. So we are checking for January. January is on top. I rotated this so that Cassiopeia is a little bit to the right on top. Correct? and you see this dial over here, small opening, that will tell you what time it is. Okay? So this is actually for around 9:30, 9:20. So if you keep it correctly, you will more or less get the right time. Okay? Are you all getting somewhere around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock? Yeah. Okay? So what you can do is today you can go back home. Polestar is very easy to find because now Cassiopeia is visible in the sky from Bangalore. Find Cassiopeia, find the Polestar and try using this. And then check the time with your watch. Okay? Now please give back the demo pieces to the volunteers.
For that you have given this, you have to make same dials.
We have given you the printout.
We have given you the instructions also. Please read the instructions we have given and you can see
All your printations are nothing If you have any doubts, if you're not understanding, you can either ask me or you can ask your volunteer to explain to you. Feel free to ask any questions, no need to hesitate. We are not your regular teachers. So, we are also students just like you.
shout, shout, shout. We are not hearing any noise. Come on.
I need a demo please.
Okay, shall we go to the next one now? Turn the page. Next We'll be here for some more time. So after the session gets over also you can contact us. And in the first page we have given the website and email address. Okay, so you can mail us anytime. Close it. So the next kit what we are going to do is, remember I told you all I'll teach you how they used it for navigation, how they found the latitude of the place. So they use this device called the clinometer. Okay? We'll give you the demo pieces. Clinometer, CLINS. All of you know this explanation, right? At Polestar, at North Pole is 90. At equator, it is 0. So if you find the Polestar, you find the latitude of your place, correct? So imagine that. I'll imagine show me some point over here, which I can imagine as a Polestar. Let's take that. We'll take that to be the Polestar, okay? So what I have to do is, I will take this. You see that small eye shown over here? You have to look at the Polestar through this. Okay? Look at the Polestar through this. This should be hanging down like this. Okay, so I look at the Polestar like this. Alright? And then you have to see what number you're getting over here. For example, now if I'm at the equator, I'll be looking at the Polestar like this. 0 degrees. If I'm at the North Pole, Polestar will be like this. 90 degrees. Correct? Whoever is sitting right under that will be at the North Pole now. Right? That is the North Pole.
Can you ask everybody got the demo? Every 2 just see what you get.
third one, after you find the latitude of your place, we are doing the sundial. Next page.
6 p.m.
Sundial you all have, you know about. So in this sundial, the reason that the sundial is coming after your star clock and clinometer is because we need to know the latitude of your place to use this. So you all see this in your paper, right? There's like a protractor over here where the time is going from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Okay? But on the two sides, do you see there is 25, 30, 35, 40? Yes. These are the angles, and this you should make a fold over here. Okay? And this fold number should be equal to the latitude of your place. So for example, if suppose say you are at 50-degree latitude, then you have to fold the paper at the 50 line. There's a 50 line drawn over there, right? You have to fold it there.